Please give a big BAFTA welcome to your host, Mr. Vernon Kay.
Hello, good evening and welcome to the Roundhouse in London for the British Academy Video Games Awards 2006. Now, also helping me to guide you through the virtual cosmos of games consoles and joysticks are Sarah Hendy and Dave Berry. Now, they're going to be getting the action and reaction and giving you a crash course in gaming history and culture. In one level, Dave got to spend a day in an arcade, desperately trying to get a high score, as well as getting a crash course in the history of video games. Now, if you get to level 2, then we'll let you explore some of the worst ideas known to man or programmer. Join Sarah in the Discovery Zone and understand the real world of gaming and gamers. Now, if you complete your mission, we're going to spend a few minutes with the very beautiful Alicia performing her latest single, Knockdown. Now, it's amazing to see so many games fanatics here in one room. The awards tonight are all about the newest, sexiest, and most awesome stuff. It's always been like that. Just like music has gone from vinyl to MP3s, games have come a long way in such a short time. Now, Dave went to the library to learn more. Sadly, they chucked him out, so he went to an arcade instead.
There is no better place to begin than the beginning. We've come a long way in the world of video gaming, but where did it all start? Come on, alien, eat my bullet. The first home console was the Magnavox Odyssey, and it came out in 1972. It was so basic, you had to keep your own score using something called a pencil and paper. And to make the graphics wicked, you put little bits of coloured plastic in front of your TV screen. Do you enjoy sports games? I know I do. Then how about a game of Pong? Again, pretty basic. 2 bats, a square ball, but loads and loads of fun for all the family for about 2.5 minutes. However, the game did give rise to this. The Atari VCS, or as I like to call it, the 2600. It was the first truly successful home console. It brought the arcade into your home with games like Missile Command, Centipede and Asteroids, and a little fella called Pac-Man. In the arcade, he was the first ever video game character. Modelled on a bit of pizza with a slice missing, he was also originally called Puck-Man, until some bright spark executive noticed that if Vandal scratched off a little bit of the P, he could be turned into something far more blue. Pac-Man. Meanwhile, back home in the 80s, kids were persuading their parents to buy them computers for educational reasons. And they believed us. That's right, there was the ZX Spectrum with its rubber keys, there was the Amstrad, the Commodore 64, all of which came with games on, and wait for this, kids, cassette tape. Shortly after, along came Nintendo. Originally a playing card manufacturer, they released the NES, and with it, Super Mario Brothers. Hot on Nintendo's heels came Sega and their Master System. For these guys, it was all about a little blue hedgehog called Sonic. All of a sudden, there was a console war, but pretty soon both Nintendo and Sega would face very stiff competition, and I'll tell you about that in a little bit.
Now, the first award of the evening is for action and adventure. Now, I think that we're all just stunned at just how popular action and adventure games have become, even replacing lingerie catalogues as the most popular thing in a young gentleman's bedroom. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for the man who basically knows everything about anything. It's Dylan Jones.
Evening. This is the award for action and adventure, and sponsored by PC World, and I think we can see the nominations now.
Tomb Raider legend, the insatiable Lara Croft returns. Rumours of electronic enhancement have been strenuously denied. Personally, I'm a bum man. Metroid Prime Hunters. Take on the role of a female bounty hunter searching for ultimate power. Kind of like trying to get your girlfriend a birthday present on Oxford Street. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter, Vernon's favourite game. So if you end up playing a 14-foot giant who sounds like Peter Kay, it's probably him. Shadow of the Colossus, where you mount huge hairy beasts and slay them with your sword, just like an average Friday night at Lips in Essex. We love Katamari. Nothing to do with calamari, that's squid. Katamari is Japanese for sticky ball, which shouldn't be a problem now summer's over. The Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion, a role-playing game, but don't start unless you've got plenty of time on your hands. And make sure you look out for me. I'm a female dwarf called Barbara.
And the BAFTA goes to Shadow of the Colossus.
Where are you going to put your BAFTA?
I'm not sure. Possibly somewhere where we can just have a look at it and...
Over time, yeah.
What, like a communal area, or are we going to see some kind of fighting going on where it'll appear in somebody's house exclusively?
How many we win, actually.
Oh, I like the confidence. Dylan, what do you think? Confidence?
Fighting talk. It's brilliant, though, isn't it? It's fantastic. Really good.
Obviously, you're the editor of one of the world's best lifestyle magazines. Do you think gaming has earned its right to be, classed in a lifestyle magazine along with music, film, etc.?
It's one of those things that you can't do enough of in a magazine as exponential growth, I think. And I think it's fantastic that BAFTA are doing something like this. It's really formal, really gives the genre some credibility. It's fantastic.
Still to come, we've got more from the awards and the cream of the technical and creative crop as well. We take a look at some of the worst ideas anyone has ever had, but not that anyone in the room would admit it. And Sarah sets out to prove that it's not just about geeks. Oh no. Back to the Roundhouse in London for the 2006 British Academy Video Games Awards, the BAVGA 2006. I'll tell you what, I had that once. A couple of days on the ointment, all cleared up. Now then, on the way we've got more investigation from the world of gaming from Dave and Sarah. And now let's get on to the category Casual and Social. To present the award is a man who stars as a vet in one hit TV show, and as Caroline Quinton's husband in another. Anyway, let's bring him on. Better check your watches. I think it's Pims o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome Alexander Armstrong.
Good evening. This category is called Casual and Social. And let's just have a look at the nominees.
Guitar Hero, air guitar without the air. Don't be shy. You know you wanna. Electroplankton, the modern version of Rolf Harris's stylophone. Oh, ask your parents. Loco Roco, is it a ball? Is it a space hopper? Does it actually matter? You control it with 2 buttons. Dr. Kawashi... Oh, it's written on your screen. His brain training. It's been described as a 10-minute mental workout. Buzz, the big quiz, featuring the voice of the font of all knowledge, Professor Jason Donovan. SingStar rocks, a bit like karaoke. Well, a lot like karaoke, but you're at home, alone.
And the BAFTA goes to Buzz, the Big Quiz.
So, the buzz is... Buzz won! Congratulations! How do you feel?
Very good, thank you. Yeah, no, it's brilliant. We worked very hard for this game, so... And there's, we've got 45 people in Brighton working on this now, and we're very pleased to win this award.
So really, you need to buy 45 people all a drink, at least?
Yes.
Well, congratulations, guys. Alexander, are you a gaming man yourself?
Absolutely. Well, I am now, yes. Buzz, the game show, I'll be playing that.
Don't suck up, Alexander. Apart from Buzz, what else do you like to play?
I'm not allowed to play games. No, it'd be absolutely forbidden. I don't know, my wife forbids it. She thinks there's the top end of a slippery slope. She's wrong.
Thank you very much for talking to us. Thank you. Now, we'll be back out the front with Vernon shortly to catch the cream of this year's gaming crop, the tears, the cheers, the stiff thumbs, and anything else that we can get away with showing you. In the meantime, let's Dave tell us about how we can all learn a little bit about mistakes from the past.
Here, as part of the London Games Festival, people are trying to have their game ideas turned into reality with the help of some industry bigwigs. There's been the good and there's been the bad, and there is no excuse for that because we've been there before. 1982, E.T.
Yeah, the characters sort of looked like E.T. He had a big stretchy neck, he'd run around, fall into holes, collect flowers, be chased around by men in white coats, and occasionally you'd fall into a hole, you couldn't get out, you had to reset the console.
Apparently there's a landfill somewhere in deepest America that's just full of E.T. cartridges.
Also in 1982, Pac-Mania was taking the world by storm. Unfortunately, the home console version didn't quite live up to the arcade classic. Loading any Spectrum game.
Sometimes just a lorry driving past the house and the change in air pressure would be enough to cause the programme to die.
Took a while to wait for the game. Was it worth waiting for? Looking back, no.
In 1994, games moved on to CD, which meant you could store loads more data and the graphics were vastly better. Unfortunately, games developers forgot about that thing. Oh, you know, what's it called? Gameplay.
I remember there being a lot of hype for a fighting game on the Super Nintendo called Rise of the Robots.
Whilst the graphics looked great when the characters were standing still, it was the time that I discovered that gameplay really is more important than polygons.
And that was supposed to be better than Street Fighter 2, which, by the way, lost some of its panache when it was converted onto the Amiga. How do you take a 6-button arcade classic and convert it onto a machine that's joystick has one button? I know, you can press the space bar to switch between punch and kick. Brilliant. Thankfully, the last So Bad I Want to Cut My Own Thumbs Off game was made in 1999 for the N64, and ironically, it was Superman who bit the speeding bullet.
He's Superman, he can fly, he can shoot lasers, he can do anything you want. He's like the best human in the world, and yet they hadn't managed to make even a half-decent game out of it. It was awful.
In the multiplayer mode, you had to fly around in little spaceships. You're Superman, you can fly. Why are you using a ship?
Nowadays, we still get the odd rushed game based on a movie, but developers are spending years instead of days making them, which means someone, somewhere, is enjoying that game at some point in time. And this could also mean that finally, the end has come for video games that leave a bad taste in your mouth. Hopefully.
On to our next award. It's sport. Now, thanks to Sports Games, we can now all have a go at things like taking England to the World Cup. Now, let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure we can all do a better job than the bloke who was in charge before. Crikey O'Reilly. Now, presenting the award, we've got a number of senior dignitaries here tonight, including Tony Blair, Gordon Brown, David Cameron, George Bush, even Des and Gary have turned up, all in one beautifully concealed voice box. Please welcome the man, Mr. Jon Culshaw.
Right, this is the category for sports. Here's the nominations.
2006 FIFA World Cup. Look at the realism.
Oh, own goal!
I love this game. Rockstar Games presents table tennis. Some might say that table tennis and rock and roll have nothing in common. 2 words, Chris Martin. It's his favourite game. Football Manager 2006, a game for all you budding managers out there. Steve McLaren, your copy's in the post. MotoGP 06, race around a track at breakneck speed without losing your skin or your life. Fight Night Round 3, guaranteed a great night. Just don't let Prince Nassim drive you home.
Last drop of himself.
Pro Evolution Soccer 6, some say the connoisseur's choice, although probably not the people that made FIFA.
And the BAFTA goes to the winner and the new heavyweight champion of the world, Fight Night Round 3.
Congratulations on winning a BAFTA. It's a nice thing to say to someone, isn't it? Now, people are very passionate about their sport, so therefore they're very passionate about sports games being as realistic as they possibly can be. Do you feel that Fight Night's done that?
Oh, absolutely. And I think the technology now allows studios to flourish in their creativity and how they approach a game. And that's really coming to force now. And that's exactly what the Chicago studio have done. I'll accept this on behalf of Kuto and his team in Chicago. They're nuts, but they just make an amazing performance when it comes to the game.
Going to be keeping that at your house, though, are we?
No, I'm going to have to send it, unfortunately, as much as I'd like to keep it.
John, are you a gamer?
Yeah, I've actually just got an Xbox. I haven't opened it yet, so this is all quite new to me. But I am a boxing fan, so I'm chuffed that this game won. Watching it on the big screen now, though, it was like, you know, being at the match, you know, it was like Lennox and Frank and everything kicking off. Wicked.
Gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. Have a great night. Cheers. Thank you for your time. There we go. Now, as you know, Vernon Kay and I didn't need any persuading that gaming is the new rock and roll. I mean, often I go around to Vernon's house and we'll play with each other all night long. Sarah, on the other hand, that was a different story.
Interested to know that 38% of the UK population regularly play video games, and in the last 10 years more than 335 million games have been sold. That's 5 for every 1 person in the UK. I'm here at the 2006 World Series of Video Games to find out, is it really all just for geeks? And if it is, that's a lot of geeks. Do you think that computers are just for geeks?
Definitely not. In fact, what we're doing here, esports, is really the future of 21st century sport. Today's gladiators, they're playing video games. Everybody's playing video games, so it's only natural that it becomes sport.
What kind of prize money is up for grabs here?
There's £40,000 here this weekend, and whoever wins here gets flown to the finals in New York, and they'll be up for £650,000 over the course of the year.
I'm thinking I need to get into games. I didn't realise there was that much money involved.
Yeah.
Now, this kind of competing is known as e-sport, and there's professional teams and dedicated events all around the world. How would you feel if I was to say you're a geek, because you're at the screen 5 hours a day?
I wouldn't really mind.
You wouldn't mind that?
I look at it as a job.
Gaming's so acceptable these days that it's even considered cool to wear an old Space Invaders t-shirt, and there's an entire fashion label devoted to old retro games wear. What if I got a pair of shoes for me? A third of the gamers in the UK are now female, and British women spend more money on games than anyone else in Europe, apart from UK men, that is.
I take video games on tour with me, wherever I go. Otherwise, touring would be really boring.
So do you think that games are becoming more orientated towards women these days?
I don't think they're becoming more oriented, more of women are understanding that it's okay to play games. It's not a boy thing.
Now, are there many female clans of gamers?
There are a few out there, but we're by far the world's largest. We actually have 500 girls worldwide. We've got girls as young as 9 and women as old as 58 in our clan.
You obviously have to put in a lot of hard work to get to this stage, you know, and it just seems that that kind of dedication isn't normal anymore. The average gamer only plays for 11 hours a week. And to put that into context, the average person watches 19 hours of TV, and nobody calls them geeks.
Now, to present the Soundtrack Award, who better than a legend from the world of music? The keyboardist from one of my favourite bands of all time, Duran Duran, a band so good they named them twice. I love the way Duran Duran remix their own tracks. I love the way they create their unique digital synthesizer sounds. And most importantly of all, I love the way they get beautiful women to roll around in mud. One of whom was my wife. And to announce the Best Soundtrack Award, we're going in-world inside Second Life. Nick Rhodes, are you there?
Thank you, Vernon. What a great pleasure it is for me to be with you here this evening in your world. Apparently, I'm here to announce the nominations for Best Soundtrack. And so, the nominees are, in reverse order, B-Boy,
When they sweat the technique,
Guitar Hero, Reservoir Dogs, Sing Star Rocks,
I said, no, you're not the one for me.
And the winner is...
I'm sorry, he's just not to be trusted. And the BAFTA goes to Guitar Hero.
Nick, what do you make of the game?
I know nothing about rock and roll, I only know about games. Yeah, I think it's great. No, I think it's great. It's terrific that they won.
Are you a gamer?
A little, yeah. I mean, I try not to spend too much time on it, but it's so much fun.
Yeah. You can eat your whole life away if you let it.
Indeed.
What's your favourite game of all time, Nick?
The little one with the tennis, you know, the one from the 70s.
Pong?
Yeah, absolutely.
Old school on the favourite games. It's my favorite game is Pac-Man, and I don't know. I love games. It's like anything you can do with your hands is good.
I love every game's got a mime now. I've learned something new tonight. Guys, thank you very much for your time. I'll keep it brief. Go and have a glass of champagne. Congratulations. Thanks, Nick. Good to see you. Cheers.
Earlier on in the show, we had a brief look at where video gaming began. And now it is time again to take a trip down memory card lane. In 1990, Sega released the more powerful Mega Drive, with Nintendo following suit in 1991 with their Super Nintendo. Ooh! You see, the Mega Drive just seemed a bit beefier with some great arcade conversions like Golden, I Don't Think I'll Bother Going to School Today, Axe, and Altered Beast, as well as that some brilliant RPGs and sports titles. Overall, just more to get your teeth into. The war was certainly hotting up. Meanwhile, the home computer gaming market was also looking pretty fierce with Commodore's Amiga and Atari's ST. Once again, kids were using them to do their homework. Yeah, because you can get a GCSE in Batman the movie in Monkey Island, can't you? In 1995, after a deal fell through with Nintendo, Sony released the PlayStation and games entered the mainstream. It looked sexy, it was cool to own, it played CDs instead of cartridges, and games developers were falling over themselves to bring titles to the console. We saw Final Fantasy VII, Tomb Raider, Metal Gear Solid and Tekken all fly off the shelves. 2 years later, Nintendo released the twice as powerful N64, and initially were probably happy with some of its commercial successes, like the 3D platformer Mario 64, the first-person shooter Perfect Dark, and the still brilliant now Bond-licensed GoldenEye. But despite angling these games at a more mature audience, Sony and its PlayStation were still firmly top of the tree. But whoa, 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 hang on a second. Let's not forget about Sega and their little blue hedgehog friend. They waited patiently, and when the time was right, they struck with the Dreamcast. Admittedly, it looked like something you get in your kitchen, but with this console you could connect to the internet and play amazing 3D games. At first it sold really well, and just as the guys were getting back on their feet, Sony threw another spanner into the works.
More from us here at the Roundhouse very, very shortly, so don't go anywhere. We're going to take a look at the art and business of gaming, the Game of the Year Award and the People's Choice Award too. Plus, we've got some from Alicia. You join us at the Roundhouse in London for the British Academy Video Game Awards 2006, proving once and for all that gaming is much more than a bunch of geeks and computers. We've got suits, we've got ties, some of them have even got girlfriends. And both Dave, Berry and Sarah Hendy are here to help get an insight into the hearts and minds of people involved in gaming. Next tonight is Innovation, sponsored by E4. Now, this year has been a great year for new, young and exciting TV presenters. There's hardly been any as brilliant. But here's one of the best. Please welcome the face, voice and body of E4 Music. And I do believe she makes a cracking cup of tea. Please welcome Sarah Hendy.
Okay then, so we're going to go to the nominations for Innovation. This is my first award ceremony, can you tell? Okay. So the nominations are...
We Love Katamari, the most revolutionary game about refuse collection ever invented. In fact, the only one. Electroplankton, interactive musical toy. The 21st century guitar, methinks. Guitar hero. You can be Eric Clapton, Brian May, Jimi Hendrix, or that bloke out of Franz Ferdinand. Dr. Kawashima's brain training, life imitating art. Chris Tarrant upsetting his missus and ended up sleeping on the couch. Loco Roco. It looks like a blob rolling about in your psychedelic dreams. That's because it is. Shadow of the Colossus. Once you've killed the monsters, have a swim, go for a ride, enjoy the scenery, and then kill some more.
The BAFTA for innovation goes to, they told me not to try and pronounce this one, it's Dr. Kawashima's brain training. How old is your brain?
On one side of the coin, you've won a BAFTA. On the other, you missed a double kiss with Sarah.
Disaster all round, really.
Are you going to get to keep the BAFTA yourself?
Well, I've been given the designation of looking after all the BAFTA wins tonight, so unfortunately I'm the one who will go over the heavy pockets who's going home alone.
They weigh a ton.
They are absolutely huge.
Sarah, you don't really like games, do you, if we're all honest with ourselves?
Be honest, no, I'm just here for the paycheck. No, but yours looks brilliant. I could improve my maths with that one, couldn't I? Because I'm really bad at maths. So, and you know, sometimes when you get like memory lapses in the day when you think, oh, hang on a minute, what, you know, like who am I again? And so that could help my brain.
Precisely.
Your game.
You become cleverer within days.
Yeah, you didn't remember 2 kisses though. You're not that clever.
I'm rubbish.
We've turned this small interview into an advert for your game, which must be lovely. Guys, thank you very much, Sarah. I'll see you about, but you have a great night. Now, do you own any art? Oh, you do. Well, that kind of ruins what I was about to say. What about if you looked at a games console and games as pieces of art? You don't believe me that can happen? Take a look at this.
Art is a way that people express an idea or share a thought or a vision or a dream with other people. And certainly games are trying to do that.
Games are doing what even things like Star Wars were doing when they came along first time round, which is taking a blank canvas and dreaming up what huge worlds could be like.
It takes monumental skill to make a game, much more so complex than making a movie. You've got huge teams of 3D programmers, 2D programmers, artists, animators, physicists, computer scientists, speech, music, sound, video.
I think that there is always going to be a link between feature film blockbusters and books being turned into games, because it's something there that the public recognise automatically.
It's great to go and see a movie and then be able to sort of get into it as the lead character, with you actually controlling things.
James Cameron has got his own games, John Woo has his own film divisions. Obviously George Lucas has got a monolithic games department.
Peter Jackson said he wants to enter this arena, and so he sees the distinction definitely blurring and coming together into one interactive cinematic experience.
The technology now available in the video game sector provide the visionary or the artist with a technical palette which allows them now to express their vision in the same sort of way that a Scorsese can do that or a Coppola can do that.
Historically, we've not bothered about emotion, but now we want to make players, you know, happy, sad, frightened.
It's incredible that I am actually worrying about, you know, how often a character in my game's eyes twitch, because that gives away emotion.
By using cinematography and scriptwriters, therefore you are creating more of an art form than before.
Every last
Games industry now represents $20 billion a year in software sales alone. It's as important as culturally as film and music, and it's a, you know, it's a really become an art form now, and it should be recognised.
Our penultimate award tonight is the only, and only is underlined, ladies and gentlemen, only public award of the night. It's the Gamers Award, sponsored by Nokia Engage and voted for the readers of the Sun's Something for the Weekend section. To join me, will you please welcome to the stage Martin O'Driscoll, Nokia's Head of Games UK and Ireland. There were 10 titles shortlisted, and here they are. The top 3 in reverse order. In 3rd place, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? In 2nd place, Dinner Dash.
And the winner is 24, the mobile game.
Congratulations, David, on your award. How do you feel?
This is really a great honour. We are absolutely delighted.
Yeah, and I guess the game has been really popular as the series has. Do you think this will finally put a smile on Kiefer's face?
Well, Kiefer's got a smile on his face anyway, but this truly is a great mobile game, and for it to be voted by the mobile gamers is a great accolade for everyone in the company.
That means a lot, because you know the people that are pushing the buttons, they're the ones that know what they're talking about, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. When you're doing mobile games, you've got to keep it simple. One thumb gaming.
You can play with just one thumb?
You can play with just one thumb, so you can hold a cup of tea in the other hand while you're doing it.
You can suck your other one. Great.
If that's what you want to do, that's fine.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. Congratulations on your award. Now, still to come this evening, we have the Best Game Award. It's the big one. Some may say it's the most prestigious of the night, so hold on to your joysticks. Also, Alicia will be performing her brand new single, Knockdown. But now, Dave takes us through the final part in his crash course in the history of gaming.
We have indeed come a long way since Pac-Man and Pong, but let's find out exactly where we are today by once again diving headfirst into the video gaming time tunnel. At the turn of the century, Sony dominated with their PlayStation 2. This was because of some brilliant advertising and the fact you could still play your PS1 games on it. In fact, to this day, in Japan and North America, the PlayStation 2 outsells all other consoles. Plus, you get the Metal Gear Solid games, the Devil May Cry series, we've got Ratchet and Clank, and of course the one, the only, Grand Theft Auto. Sega finally bit the bullet and started making games for other consoles. But Nintendo weren't done yet, oh no. They released the cheapest chips GameCube, which for the first time came with itty-bitty little discs as opposed to cartridges. Gamers retreated to their usual Mario, Zelda and Metroid, but there were also the pant-wetters in the shape of Killer 7 and Resident Evil 4. Who's this? It's Bill Gates. He got in on the act in 2002 by releasing the Xbox, which was basically a PC shoved inside a little box. And it felt like that when you tried to lift it off the ground. It had games that you couldn't play on any other console, like the mighty Halo and Halo 2, Knights of the Old Republic, and of course, Ninja Gaiden. Plus, it was so easy to go online that people all over the world were playing with each other. When it comes to gaming on the move, Nintendo and Sony are at it again. In the red corner, we've got the touchy-feely DS with 2 screens, bringing you twice as much fun. You even get a little pokey stick to interact with your games. In the blue corner, we've got the very sexy PSP, which allows you to play games, watch movies, listen to music, and be online. All you need now is, well, somewhere to go. Currently, only Microsoft have a next-gen console available in the shops in the shape of their Xbox 360. But coming over their hill like a monster is Nintendo's family-based fund, the Wii, and still to come, the brilliantly titled PlayStation 3, both offering very different opinions on the future of gaming. Will we want more interactivity, or will we want more eye-blisteringly good graphics? That is yet to be seen. Now, I'm sure that you'll agree that from this to this is certainly a very long way.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the one you've all been waiting for, the best game. Sponsored by PC World. To present the award, commercial director Neil Old, and with him, a top actor who's been in 3 James Bond movies and at one time was even rumoured to be the next 007. The name's Salmon. Colin Salmon.
It's a great honour to be here. More importantly than the Bond, I did Resident Evil and I did Alien vs. Predator. Paul Anderson sends his love. He's in LA. He's mastered the game, taking the game to the movie, DOA. He's just finished Dead on Arrival. He's done Resident Evil 3. He did Mortal Kombat, he did Resident Evil. To all of you gamers, keep playing, but remember, you can create your fantasy. To all of you in the room, stay responsible storytellers. You inspire us. This is the beginning of something very special, and it's a great honor here to be the inaugural to give the inaugural award to the best game. And to all the Luddites out there, get your consoles out and learn the game. These are the nominations.
Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. Lego and Star Wars in one game. Thank you, Games Masters. Black, one of the most intense games I've ever played. In fact, I can't look. Tell me when it's finished. Ah! Dr. Kawashima's brain training. It's working. He's doing well, isn't he? Look at him. Go on, Doc. Hitman Blood Money. No, you don't play as Pete Waterman, but as an assassin. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter. Yes, the future of warfare is here, but do it on your console so no one gets hurt. Are you listening, W? Guitar Hero. I bought a copy and felt like a rock and roll star. Then my mum knocked on my bedroom door and told me to keep the noise down.
And the winner is Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter.
The people that made this game, the artists, the designers, the engineers, the producers, the testers, the people that sold the game, the PR, the marketing, that's who this award goes to. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Wow, so where are you going to put your BAFTA?
Well, this one's going in the boardroom where all the teammates that work on it can see it every day when they come in and have meetings. So
you can just all touch it. It might be your good luck. Let's think of some creative ideas for a new game. Channel the BAFTA.
Someone to polish it every day because it looks like it'll tarnish.
It looks a bit grubby now, actually. I don't know what you've been doing to it. Colin, now you wouldn't have a career if it wasn't for games, basically, would you? Because all the films that you've starred in have been based on games.
Yeah, well, I think that says a lot about the gaming fraternity. It's an eclectic cast. The world is involved. The guys here prove it. You know, it's America, it's France, it's Romania, it's everywhere, and it's a game. It's a global business.
So smooth, so smooth. And it's glad to see you back in one piece. You know, when you cut up by some laser and...
Yeah, Paul Anderson has a propensity to turn me to cat food, but hey, you know, you keep paying Paul. You know what the first profession was. Acting comes a very close second, I think.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Colin, and gentlemen, congratulations.
Plenty more to come from here. We've got Alicia closing the show with a great performance of our latest single, Knockdown, and we're going to take a look into the future and find out what it holds for us gamers alike. Not just the after-show party, by the way, but the next generation of games consoles and technology. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, that is it as far as gongs go. But before we do disappear, let's have a little look at what could be winning the awards in the future. Perhaps a little foolishly, we gave Dave a crystal ball to look into and find out what the future holds in the world of video gaming. Things that you lot haven't told us about yet. Here goes.
Had you wanted to do a survey 10 years ago asking people to predict the future of video gaming, most of them would have said, I can't stop and talk to you now, I'm already late for work. But the rest definitely would have said virtual reality. Yes, that's right, people. Queuing up for hours only to have to strap some goggles to your face that weigh the same as a 1994 Sierra LX. And then what? Two giant robotic creatures fighting each other in a very unrealistic three-dimensional surrounding. This, if anything at all, teaches us that the future is difficult to predict, but it's fun. Oh yes, it's fun.
If something has to change, then it always does.
I'd love to see it heading towards the holodecks from Star Trek. So you kind of go in a room and then you're there with Mario or you're there with Lara Croft, something like that.
What would give you that idea?
I'd like to say that, you know, you'll have, you know, electrodes going into your head and
You know, you'll be able to see everything in 3D.
You'll be able to hook your console up to a TV, and that will be the start of your entertainment. Not only games, but movies and downloading stuff.
I think it's impossible to predict what's going to be happening on screen.
OK, whoa. Let's worry about things that we can predict then. What's coming in the next few years in the world of games consoles? Now, that's a big question.
Where gaming goes in the immediate future depends on how well the Wii does. If the Wii does brilliant and all of a sudden all these people are going around waving their hands about, playing games, playing tennis by waving about, I think then we'll see a change towards the kind of innovation towards the gameplay.
Gym membership is now completely not needed because you could essentially, no, don't go out and do things like tennis and exercise outside, do it in your front room with your game console.
Then you've got the very expensive high-end PlayStation 3 that'll be out early next year, which will be quite hardcore to begin with. I'm not sure how much it's going to appeal to the kind of walk-in, walk-out gamers that have been buying the PlayStation 2.
Will all games be multiplayer and online in the future?
Korea, China, all huge online. I think we're going that way too. So I think the world is going to connect in one huge game environment online.
I think it might lead the way for the future, but only if you don't want any real friends.
So there you go, people. You heard it here first. We have got a whole lot of stuff to look forward to. Unless, of course, all we said today was just complete speculation, which, sadly, it was. But it's all we got to go on, so stop moaning and thank me.
We have had a ball. You know, like that Katamari ball that rolls around and around. Maybe it'll pick us up. Who knows?
You've become a geek.
I know. I've become a gamer.
You've become one of us. Welcome to the dark side.
You've transformed me.
Good.
I don't know, it's been such a good night. I've had, I've had a really good time. Forget the ball. But I'm just a bit gutted that we didn't get to see all of the winners.
And the BAFTA goes to Rise and Fall Civilizations of War.
I used to be a gamer until my husband put his foot down because I got fairly addicted to Lara Croft and the way her bum wiggled when she pulled herself out of the pool.
And the winner of the multiplayer BAFTA is Dungeons & Dragons Online Stormreach.
We dare you cowards to meet us in battle. For those foolish enough to try.
You're a big gamer. What's your favourite game?
Dead Rising at the moment, but the best game of all is Elite on the BBC Micro. You won't know about that, you're too young.
Well, the BAFTA is awarded to Loco Roco.
I don't play a lot of computer games, but my sisters are very keen on Sims, and I know that in the new Sims game you can sort of get cats and dogs in there, and my other half likes Championship Manager, and I quite like it as well when I can have a go on it, because he's always at it.
And the BAFTA goes to Electroplankton.
I have to be honest, my husband's more of a computer fan than myself, and he's very happy that I'm here today because obviously he loves playing computer games, so I have to get some to take home for him.
The BAFTA goes to Tomb Raider Legends.
I said outside when I went into the stage that I was representing the original Space Invaders generation, and I went through that whole thing with the ping pong and the battleships and all of that kind of stuff. And this is all a little bit too advanced for me, believe it or not, but I like watching.
The winner is Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Advanced Warfare.
When you're not reading the news, Christian, and do you like to kick back with a game? If so, which one?
Guitar Hero at the moment, but
yeah?
You know,
you giving it some on
it's quite good fun, and it's a bit compulsive.
A big thank you to all those who made it possible tonight. Well done to the winners and, of course, the losers. Never mind, your mum loves you. And we're going to be adding a little bit of sophistication right now before things get really, really messy at the after-show party. Here, with her latest single, please welcome, please give it up, give a proper nerdy hoo for Alicia and her brand new single, Knockdown. Good night, God bless. I've been Vernon Kay, you've been fantastic, and so have you. Au revoir.
Lay it all out on the table. Don't know why it's stopping me from feeling like I might be able to enjoy my own company. Sitting up by by my window, watching the summer rain. The world goes by in a minute faster than I can keep up with today. Everybody in the place say what now? Soul's feeling shut down, locks out. But you gotta carry on, speed it up now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Knock down. Everybody in the place say what now? Soul's feeling shut down, locks out. But you gotta carry on, speed it up now. Hey! Ooh, yeah, I got the feeling that something could happen now. Yeah, I got the feeling that something might happen inside my love now. And have you ever asked why you feel like you've been here before? 'Cause only you have the power to carry on through that door. Everybody in the place say what now? Soul's feeling shut down, locks out. But you gotta carry on, speed it up now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Knock down. Everybody in the place say what now? Soul's feeling shut down, locks out. But you gotta carry on, speed it up now. Now are you ready, ready, ready? So when you're up, go get on up. Go, get on up, don't give it up, no. Whoa, steady up, don't dig it up. Whoa, when you're up, don't dig it up, no. When you're up, go get on up. Go, get on up, don't give it up, no. Steady up, don't dig it up. Whoa, when you're up, don't dig it up, oh no. Hey, here we go now. Woo! Yeah, yeah. Hey, here we go now. Yeah, 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 yeah. Knock down. Everybody in the place say what now? Soul's feeling shut down, locks out. But you gotta carry on, speed it up now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Knock down. Everybody in the place say what now? Soul's feeling shut down, locks out. But you gotta carry on, speed